Hi there, and welcome to a game called Exodus Borealis. Now, this is a game, I think this is a little gem. Now, if you follow me on Twitch, you would have seen me streaming this the other day. I really like the style of this game. So this is a city builder tower defense game, and it's exactly that, which I find is a great concept, really refreshing to get into. Now, I've got a giveaway that I'm going to do with this game. All you got to do is comment below and subscribe to the channel. Now, I want you to comment with a specific word. I will be revealing that later in the video. So guys, keep on watching to find out what that is. Before we do that though, let's jump in, have a little look at this game. Before we do that though, there are multiple islands to this game. We're going to play as intended. We're going to start on the first island. There are 4 islands currently for this game, with a plan more. You can see I've played the game before. I've got to like a wave 1000. I don't know if that's good or bad, but that's where I've made it to. So the premise is we are a group of people that have been, the homeland has been destroyed. They've escaped. They've landed here on the ship. The crash landed here is probably the right way to do it. And you can see here's a ship we've landed on. Resources scattered all over the place. We are fox-like people as well, which is really cool. So that's going to be important. That's going to be good to know. I've got the tutorials torn down, but I will be explaining as I go. Also, guys, if you want to copy this out, I will have the link for the Get Steam link with words will come in the description below. That should be really interesting. Check it out, guys. I really recommend it. Okay, so what we've got, this is the island where we're going to start. Now, you can see at the top corner here, we've got civilian buildings, defense buildings. We have a job management system. I like to assign one onto everything all over at the start. We're going to get that done. I'm actually going to tune the tutorials off. I think I'm going to explain this better if I just play the game and explain it to you. So we will do that. I'm also going to play in a mode which is called arachnophobia. Now, this game has spiders in it. What it replaces the spider with, I think, are absolutely awesome. And I really want to play with that. So what I'd like to start with, we'll get back to it, is I like to assign one person to everything, get them straight in there so we can use them as so. There is research in the game. I will go through this as we research and explain some things we're going to do. The first thing I am going to do, though, is I'm going to go straight for defensive structures. Yeah, I am. And I'll explain a little bit more why that. I'm queuing that up. We're not going to research right now. So while the game is paused, we will come over here. Now, this is where our enemies are going to be coming from, this portal gate. Here at the, I'm going to call this the north of the island. So we're going to have to build a structure to defend and to ward these enemies off so that they won't come and destroy our base. Now, usually I will build over here. I want to mix it up. I'm going to try something a bit different. I'm going to build in this little area here. And now what's going to be important is we're going to need to get resources over here. So I think probably the best way to do that is going to be, we can move things further away as we don't need them, which I think I might try and do, which isn't usually how I play the game, but I want to mix it up for YouTube. So we're going to place a mine, we're going to place a storage barn down. Now you'll notice those blue squares on them. That's interesting. That was probably my little mouse. You see those blue squares? That is where they have the paths. Paths will play a reasonably important role in this game later. We've got a mine, we've got a storage barn, and I'm going to get 3 houses down. And we're going to put these, I want this all reasonably close to each other. And it will become important. Actually, I'm going to put the houses, let's set the houses back a little bit. I'm going to put you here like so. And this will become relevant, why? Because I don't want to be building and destroying houses so much. I'm then going to place down 3 farms here. There they go, they're going there. Awesome. Let's turn the time back on. Let's get people moving around. And we're also going to want something else that's important to point out about this map is the trees are finite. They will... Oh, interesting. They will... Like, they do regrow, but not as quickly as we're going to be able to use them. So we need to bear that in mind. And I'm going to place down, as a result of that, a tree farm. So, and the tree farm, I'm going to set up, like, I think probably down here, maybe? Well, actually, I'm just looking at the terrain. This is quite rough over here. So maybe we will set up a bit of a tree farmage like here. I'm going to put 3... I want them close to each other. We're going to put 3 of these together, like so. Lovely jubbly. Get you in there. That is perfect. That's going to be good. So you can already see we've gone straight into the farming. This is good. It means we're going to have food for the future. Now, they will try and get as much as they can built. I do want the houses built before winter. What month are we in? We're in spring. Okay. So we're keeping an eye on that for the future. The reason I want them before winter is our characters, they do need to stay warm for the winter. If they don't have houses for the winter, they will die. And then we're going to lose. The idea is to survive. It's a survival of the fittest. Trees are going to be quite important. You do get 2 types of trees. You get a deciduous and a coniferous tree. The coniferous will take 2 years and 3 seasons to grow. It will give you 50 wood, and the deciduous will take 2 years and give you 30 wood. We're going to go for the yeah, you know, the coniferous. Why can't I speak? How's that going to be? That's going to be how it is. And also to remember, like with our citizens, is births and when they enter the workforce is going to happen in spring each year. That's when we're going to get the boost. We're going to kind of know what's going forward, how we're going to plan it, what we can do with things, how that's going to work, and that will help us there. So we've already managed to get our mine and our storage barn up and running. So what I want to put in now, I want to get a research lab in. I'm going to put this in this area. I'm going to sit you back over here a little bit. Put you there. Right, good, lovely. And we'll put you into there. And then in here, there's some buildings I want to put in the future, but we'll come to them when we come to them. Before I do that, let's talk a little bit about the defense in the game. What we have here in our defense buildings, once we've researched that made me panic then. I thought it caused that. Once we've got the research up doing, we'll begin research and defensive structures. Now, there are multiple defensive structures, so we can get a large arrow tower, a gatehouse, there's going to be a blast tower, and there's going to be a boost tower and a bombardment tower. We will go through those in more detail once we've unlocked them, but to start off with, what we're going to get is, we're going to get walls, and we're going to get some small arrow towers. And these small arrow towers, they don't do a great deal of damage, but to start off with, they do enough damage to protect us. And we're going to want to use those as a way, definitely as like an early line of defense. As you know, the waves are going to up their ante the longer we stay on this planet, and a planet or the island, and we need to make sure that we're going to be able to progress and grow with that. Now we're going to be looking just to continually push our defenses in this direction, and then maybe we'll do like a little bit of crisscrossing over here. I don't know, we'll see how it's going. We might be able to keep this little area free, but I will try and like always move the mine and the storage barn, or a storage barn, keep that quite close to where we're building in the walls, as that will probably help us progress and go forward with that. I think I did assign the jobs. I did. Okay, what are we missing on the houses? On the houses we're just missing stone. Do we have somebody mining? We do have you mining. Can we see you? We can't. Oh no, here they come. I do like these little characters. There's something else you'll notice. There's a child running around there. Is the children will occasionally follow their parents around to pick up a bit of education. Now in here there is child mentorship. This will improve their child's education if they follow their parents around. Yes, that's right. There is education in this as well, which is awesome. I'm so happy that it's education. We can research schools, which also is going to boost their efficiency. And when the children are educated, they're going to work more efficiently. So if you look also, let's just slow this down a little bit. If I click on one of them, you'll see, let's let them get off. See there? And I click on you. You see here? It's the hunger, the education, the warm clothing, temperature, well-being. This will all affect their efficiency, their likelihood to get pregnant, how old they're going to be, happiness, you know, it all affects work efficiency, carrying speed, general speed moving around. So we want to try and buff that as much as we can, which will put us in a position where we can just really build our walls and hopefully smash these people up and make some decent enemies, and well, decent work of these enemies that be coming at us. Also in here, I haven't figured out the best way to go for this research yet. I'm going to go defensive structures first, then I'm going to go for child mentorship, then probably multi-seasonal crops, then from prepared raw food. That's like my standard start. If you guys are playing it, let me know what you think is the best way to go through that. I'm always open to suggestions on things like that. Well, also, are we actually gathering... Where's our miner? Dude. Because these are really important now. Are we getting stone in them? I'm going to... Well, there's also like a priority system. So what I can do is I can prioritize these houses and really get them to do stuff in that. Why is there no one here? We do have a miner. Oh. That'd be why I didn't assign a miner. So there we go. Me almost failing things in it. You can see again, let child following the parents. Should be picking up a little bit of education from that. Not enough. You can see like carry strength 65. She's not particularly educated, so we've got less work efficiency. We need to get the education up so that we can get a buff from it. There is also like the city planning, so there's aesthetic structures which will help kind of keep the buffs while they're up there and help move things along like that. That should be pretty good. I'm leaving it on max speed because it could be quite a slow start. While we need to get these houses up before winter. That's like my goal here. If we don't do that, we're going to lose people, which I think we should be able to. Yeah, it's looking like we're going to be okay for that. I don't want to. If we lose someone, we're going to really struggle to get through the next sort of fake couple of years and be able to move through the towers. That's good. Okay, nice. So we get this other house up. Then I think we're going to do that. So right, something else I want to explain. Right, so there's elements in the game, and literally elements, and we've got all the elements that you think of Earth. So we've got fire, lightning, water, ice, terror. No, that's life. sun, wind, terror. You'll notice these green lines. These green lines link the elements up, and these elements will all work with each other. But if one of these elements links to a red line, it will then negate the other one, and you'll end up with a negative consequence of this. So your best option is to kind of pick 3 and maybe go with them, or maybe not. See what comes through, or build sections of your defense where it has those 3 in there, and then they can come through, get bullied by them, and then move on. That could be a way to do it. Also, even if you end up negating like some, you can come back on it. I haven't figured that out too much. I've played the game, but it was on a testing aspect, and I've purposely just tried to break things. I've not really played the game per se. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. Right, so we're getting our research lab up. It's going to be constructed any moment. That builder getting to work, get to it. Nice. So now we're going to begin researching our defensive structures. The research times aren't particularly long, which is good. So I like that. But they are very relevant. We do need to be mindful of that. Something I'm going to do while we're researching and waiting for that to go through is I'm just going to plonk in some more trees as I want them later on. I always find like later on in the game, trees becomes a bit of a struggle. So getting your trees in early, get them grown is going to be important. So there we are. We just had a notification. Defensive structures have been built. Now, if we jump back to our research, let's just get the game to keep it going slowly. I'm going to go now. I want to go child mentorship. That's going to be awesome. So if I click on the defense tab now, you're going to see we've got walls. We've got multiple options for the walls, and we've got a small arrow tower. Now, what I want to do is get some sort of defense going on here. Now, I'm going to literally cover the whole entrance with small arrows, as later on, this will really help us, because we're going to force them to come through here, and then we can run them right back past it. And we can just, this should help us get through that. This is also my standard tactic. So, like, if you guys think differently than me, let me know, and let me know what you think you can do better. All right, guys. So the giveaway that I mentioned at the start of the video, this is going to be quite important. I want you to type in to chat or into comment. If you comment with just fox-like, that's fox-like as your comment, that will enter you to the competition. I'll be using a random comment selector to pick it up. All you've got to do is subscribe and comment fox-like, and that will get you entered into the competition. I'll be drawing the competition the end of July. I'll be announcing it the 1st of August. I will be announcing it on my Twitter, and I will reply to your comment as well. So either follow me on Twitter to get the notification there. The Twitter handle is @Ribson32, and that you can find it on there. So hopefully, you know, enter in, get your Skate 3 game key, grab yourself a copy of this game, and that'll be awesome. Also, guys, I don't want to see comments like done, here, those sort of things. That will not get you in the competition. As I said, you just got to comment into it, fox-like, get yourself entered in the competition. All right, so let's get back into the game. Oh, so this here, we got our first gem. That gem is, I think, oh, hello, stone. I think that gem, it's green, so that could be life. Oh, no, it's life gem, yeah, like I said. That's nice. And we can't apply these to the towers that we have at the moment, but we will be able to apply it to the towers that we have in the future. There we go. That's more research complete. So we now got a child mentorship done. I now want to move over to try and just make a little things happier for people. So we're going to go multi-season crops, and we can go into a bit more into this at the moment. You'll notice here that there are multiple options in here. So we've got 3 different types of food crops we can do. I believe it's for making cloves, and the Lifashia mushroom is for the healers. That'd be really cool. What are children doing here? Look. Having a little chat. What? You doing nothing? Or what? Maybe you're just idle. We haven't got a lot going on at the moment, so that's cool. Also, I'm going to do this. I think we're only going to do coniferous trees early on, as we can afford to wait for them to grow, and that extra yield of trees will be so much more important to us. Maybe later on, when we're panic growing, we won't be doing that. It'd be interesting to see how far we're going to go. Right, research has been completed, so we now have multi-seasonal crops. I'm going to go for prepared raw food, as this will just give us a boost in movement speed and in the carrying strength, and this is going to really help for us. Once we've done that, we're going to go into charcoal. I know this from playing is if we go for cooked food, we will know to build the, I'm going to call it the kitchen, or the cooked house, I think is what it's actually called. I'm going to need mortar, I think. So let's get some of these other building materials which are in here, which is charcoal, mortar. Smelting gives us iron, and then you can see the steels there. There is a lot to go through to get things up and running, but at the moment we just kind of need to get the resources, get everybody happy, get ourselves in a position before we get attacked to get one of these towers built. How far off are we on one of them? Okay, good. We're gonna have that tower built. That's good. So we will be building them pretty quickly. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to prioritize all these buildings to be constructed. I know at the moment they're the only things being built, but as our research comes in, I want these towers up before anything else. So here we go. Here's our first tower. Now these towers to me give me a big like Age of Empires like nostalgia feel. I don't know why, they just do, which is quite strange. So now we're going to see like what I mentioned previously. You see, we have got a child joining the workforce now. We've also got 2 more children born, and this is always going to happen in the spring, and we'll get notified by it in the spring, so that's going to be quite interesting to see that. You see, like we've got 1 child coming through, and then we've got 2 more. As we boost our citizens up, if I grab a female there, you'll see chance of pregnancy, we'll be able to improve that. As we improve their well-being, they're more likely to get pregnant, and we're more likely to have more children, which in itself is going to be awesome. It's going to feed us into it, and it'll be really cool to see. I don't know what we can get with that. Oh. But, you know, like once we get these up and running, these shouldn't take too long. Actually, we should be able to get into these quite quickly. Right, we need to get some research going. We need some homes building as well. Right, let's get home. What are we in? We're in spring, so we've got plenty of time. I'm going to put in. Let's rotate you around like this. Yep. I'm going to put another 2 homes in. Okay, and then we're going to put. I'm just going to queue up a few over here. Now I'm going to put them around the fields just to mix it up. I think. So these I'm going to make low. So we can leave them as normal. If we have extra homes, that's going to be perfect, as we'll be able to fill them as we grow. So we'll leave them like that. Research we now want to get into. So we cook food. I'm not going to do. We're going to go to charcoal, and we'll get this down in, which should be all right. So we're getting in there. Okay, nice. We've got 2 defense towers up now. This should be more than enough to get things going through. So that's going to help us there. We're getting stuck into these pretty well here, actually. There we go. 3 towers up. Okay, good. So I feel like we've got a good enough start now. They are traveling quite a distance, which isn't going to be too much of a problem, I don't think. So once we get these built, we can then start to plan like the next stage. Okay, we have our first demon coming in here. You can see, there he is. Oh, that wasn't the best. Oh, what? He got fruit? No, he didn't get fruit. I thought that was the demon. No, we smashed him up. It's fine. It's cool. Yeah, not a problem. So we should be good here. Okay, we researched charcoal. Now going to go for mortar. That is good. Yeah. Right, and then we can start considering some other options. We want to get a charcoal hut built, and I'm going to put the charcoal huts. You sitting there? No, you want a bit more space than that. Okay, you're okay over here. I'll put you like so. That'd be perfect. Good, cool. We'll fit you in there quite nicely. So that's going to help us. We should be able to get everything set up here, which should be really cool. Let's get the speed going here. Now, I'm going to keep the speed ticking along quite nicely, I think. That should all be good there. Now, it's going to be a challenge. So I'm looking forward to seeing like how far we can push this game and see things where we get it going. I definitely want to try and get this done. Like, I think the series itself, we're just gonna see how it's received. I'm gonna do at least 10 episodes. I'm saying that now. At least 10 episodes. We'll see how it goes. It may, hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, as always, hit that thumbs up button. That appreciates the video. That'd be really good. Okay, so we've got our house growing. We've now got a charcoal up and running. Now, what you're going to notice, we do have 1 spare worker. I'm going to get him straight into the charcoal hut, and we're going to start making charcoal. And this is where, like, the management side of the city is going to become really important. We're going to have to watch our resource panel over here on the right-hand side. And this will, as we build up our charcoal, we will be able to use it for other things. Nice. There's our houses up and running. It's been occupied straight away, which is good. That's going to be handy. Now, if you just heard that dong, that is telling us that we're going to get attacked again at the gates. So we're going to need to manage that as well. So we now have mortar. Now we're going to go into smelting, I think. And cook one. I think, yeah, we're just going to go straight into smelting, and then we're going to do cooked food. We'll get the buff afterwards. While they build these houses, that will help. I also want to plan a little bit of the walls over here. So we could run them across this way, but I don't think we're going to. We're going to go like this. And we'll get these wall plans in. Now, I'll leave this little gap there because we're 100% going to have a tower here. I'll place you in like that. And then we can put in more corners. And this is going to be like how we're going to kind of hold them off. So what I tend to do is like sketch out a design and then let them build it. And as we sketch that out, we can get it going on. It's going to be quite hard to do it the opposite way because we're going to be on the timeline. But you're going to see here how we can just push. It's going to be able to go quite a long distance this way. It will take time for them to build, so maybe we want to like fold it back a little bit, come up and do something like that. Maybe. We shall see. Okay, we're under attack. What have we got coming in here? Oh, I'm so happy. Check this guy out here. So this is what happens when you play Arachnophobia. I keep zooming in too much. I'm sorry about that. You get these crazy little bunnies. How cool are they? Not gonna last long. See you, bye. And they replaced the rabbits. That is brilliant. I love that. That's really cool. That is awesome. I think, guys, like this, we're pretty good for one episode here. We're gonna keep it to 20-minute episodes on this series, guys. So as always, if you like the episode, hit that thumbs up button, comment below, maybe consider subscribing to the channel, and next time we're gonna work on our defenses. All right, guys, take care. Ciao.